exercise 31, page 62, question number 8. Here it is. Again, I'm not going to do that particular question. We're going to do one that's very similar to it underneath here. The first step in solving equations like this, in questions 8, 9, 10, they're all starting to introduce this sort of idea now, is I've got brackets in there. What do I do about these? Multiply out the brackets. And that's what I'm going to do in this case. However, if you remember the little tip, if you looked at a previous video, because the right-hand side is 0, I could actually try and simplify. And if you look at these, all of these are divisible by 2. So I could actually divide both sides by 2 to simplify it. So I'm going to do that here. If I divide the left-hand side by 2, then I'm dividing this by 2, this by 2, this by 2, and the right-hand side by 2. I'm dividing everything by 2. Looking at just this one, if I divide this by 2, the first term, then actually, because these are multiplied 4 times the bracket, I could actually just cancel the 2 into the 4 to leave me just 2 outside. So this will leave me with 2x minus 2 minus 3, 2x minus 2 plus 6 equals 0. So I've tried to simplify it a little bit, and you can sometimes do that, not always. So let's go ahead now and try and solve it. First thing to do is to multiply out the brackets. That means multiplying everything inside the bracket by the number that's outside it. We have to be careful in this one because I've got negative 3 outside the bracket, and then I'm going to multiply that by negative 2. So I've got to be careful about signs when I get to this bit. That's the only place where you might go wrong, this double negative idea. So let's go ahead and see how we get on. 2 times by x, 2x. 2 times minus 2 is minus 4. Minus 3 times 2x is minus 6x. Minus 3 times minus 2 is plus 6, plus another 6 equals 0. So just pause a second, have a look at that, see if you understand that step. Now I collect together like terms. If I look at this, I've got negative 4 plus 6 plus another 6. They can all be collected together, and the x's can be collected together. So 2x minus 6x is minus 4x. Minus 4 plus 6 is 2, plus another 6 is plus 8, equals 0. So we've virtually solved it now. Remember from an earlier video that if the thing I'm after is negative, add it to both sides. So I've got 4x added to both sides, which will leave me 8 equals 4x, adding 4x to both sides. That's made the x positive, which helps. Now divide both sides by 4, and we get 2 equals x, or x equals 2. Solved. And then we could go back and put 2 into the original equation to check it works in here. Try putting the value for x back into both equations and you'll see that it works in both. Simplifying hasn't changed the equation, it's just meant that it's a bit easier to solve it, simplified. Okay, now have a go at the question in the textbook.